Hi, good morning. Welcome back to this lecture series on basic English grammar. For today's session, we shall be covering present perfect tense and present perfect continuous tense. So, without any delay, let's dive in. Before beginning with present perfect and present perfect continuous, I would like to repeat the present tense and the simple present tense and the present continuous tense. So, the simple present tense is used when we want to denote an ability, when we want to specify some routine, or when we want to state some fact. So, for example, if I say she dances well, or if I say I go to college every day in the morning, or if I say water boils at 100 degrees centigrade. So, I am using the simple present tense. So, when I use present continuous tense with an ing, so it is used when I want to denote that when I am speaking, the activity is happening side by side. So if it is raining outside, I say it is raining outside. This is present continuous tense. Now the third form of the present tense is simple present perfect tense, right? Not the continuous form, present perfect tense. So present perfect tense is used when we want to denote an activity which somewhere began in the past but which has a relevance with now. So we use present perfect for an activity which has a connection or relevance with now. The action though began in the past but has a result, has an implication now. So Tom has lost his key. So maybe he lost it 2 hours ago, but it has a relevance with the present, right? They have gone to the theater, they have not yet come back. Okay, I have been to America twice. Till date, indicating the moment now, I have been to America twice. So I have painted my door already. She has not finished her homework yet. So all of these are sentences in the present perfect tense. So if you note that in these sentences, at a lot of points, I am using adverbs of time. I am using words which denote time, words like just, already, yet are all used with the present perfect tense. So a figurative representation of the present tense will be that something that began in the past and something which has a relevance with my now, right? So basic structure of present perfect tense. So we have three kinds of sentences. Here, first is the affirmative, positive, then negative, and then the interrogative sentences. So when making positive sentences, the basic structure of the present perfect tense will be subject plus has or have plus the verb in the past participle form and then the object, right? So for example, I have tried sushi. I have completed my work. In the negative form now, subject plus have not, haven't, or has not, hasn't, plus the verb in the past participle form, the verb, the third form of verb, that is to say, I have not tried sushi. I have not completed my homework yet. Interrogative sentences, if you remember, we did earlier too. In interrogative sentences, you swap the position of the subject and the auxiliary verb. So has or have will come first, followed by the subject, and then the past participle form of the verb, then the object, and then the question mark. Have you tried sushi? Have you completed your homework yet? So here one needs to remember that first person I, second person you, and third person plural they, all of these will use have, but third person singular, that is he, she, it, will use the auxiliary verb has. She has, he has, it has. Okay, now coming to these adverbs of time. So when we use these adverbs of time, what do they suggest? What do they have? What do they want to convey? So we use just when I want to convey that something happened a short time ago. I have just reached home. I have just completed my work. Okay. Then we use already sometimes to indicate that something has happened sooner than one expected. So if somebody asks you, don't forget to pay the bill, then you say, I've already paid it. Okay. So what time will you go to the doctor? I've already been there. I've already finished my homework. So here already indicates that you've done something, you've achieved something sooner than expected. Third, yet. Yet is used to indicate until now, the time frame of until now, abhi tak. So I haven't received his invitation yet. I haven't received my paycheck yet. So you have not done your breakfast yet. So all these other words or phrases which indicate time, for example, recently. I have seen this movie recently. In the last few days, I've met him quite a lot of time in the last few days. So far, I have been to America once so far. Okay, so I have ridden a horse for the first time today. Second time, first time, all of these are used to indicate the time with the present perfect tense, right? So I hope present perfect is clear by now. Now, here it is important to understand the difference between gone to and been to. For example, I make two sentences. She has gone to the market. She has been to the market. Both these sentences are in the present perfect tense. But what they want to convey is different. Their meaning is different. She has gone to the market means that she has not yet come back. She is still there, or maybe she's on the way. She has been to the market is that she went to the market sometime earlier, some time ago, but she's already come back, right? So if I say they have gone to Bangkok, it means they are there, still there. They have not returned. They have been to Bangkok 2 times. They've been to Bangkok twice, thrice. So that means that they have now come back. They are not there at the moment, presently. Okay, so if you are asked to fill spaces, so first one would be she has gone to the market and will be back in 2 hours because she's still there, on the way or there. Have you been to the supermarket lately? There are lots of offers available, right? So been to means that you are not there. Maybe you visited that place earlier, or maybe you are to visit that place sometimes. Somebody is asking you about it. But gone to means that somebody is on the way or is already at that place and has not returned. Okay, now coming to the present perfect continuous tense, right? When we use continuous, it means that I am going to use the verb in the ing form, right? So present perfect continuous tense, unlike the present perfect tense, is used to indicate the duration. So when I was talking about the present perfect tense, I was more concerned about the activity, the completion of the activity. For example, if I say I have I have completed my homework. So present perfect continuous tense, on the other hand, is wanting to indicate the process of doing something, the duration of doing something, the activity, not the completion, the process of it, right? So present perfect continuous tense is used for an activity that was continuing and has recently stopped or just stopped. It is also used to describe how long something has been taking place. So I have been studying for 2 hours, right? I have completed the homework or no. That is not the point of interest here. What is of interest is my activity, my course, my journey. Okay, the activity may be still happening or may have just stopped, right? Examples. So she is tired is simple present tense, but she's tired because she has been working hard all day. So it has been raining heavily since 2 a.m. Maybe it has still not stopped, right? They both have been playing harmonium for 15 years. They still do, but they started 15 years ago. This has an impact on their present also, and it is an ongoing journey. What have you been doing? I have not been wasting time. So here it is not important what she did. It is important what she has been doing. The activity, the process is important, right? So now come to the basic structure of present perfect continuous tense. So when we use the present perfect continuous tense in the positive form, we use subject plus has or have plus been plus verb in the ing form. So they have been learning English for 2 years. So we are not concerned here if they are expert or pro at it, but we are concerned with their journey. In the negative form, subject plus has or have plus not plus been plus verb in the ing form. They have not been learning English for 2 years. And third, interrogative sentence. Again, when we make the interrogative sentence, we swap the positions of the auxiliary verb with the subject. So has or have will come first, followed by subject plus been plus verb in the ing form. Have they been learning English for 2 years? Again, note that first person I, second person you, and first person plural we, and third person plural they. All of these will use the auxiliary verb have, but third person singular, he, she, it, will use the auxiliary verb has. She has, he has, it has. Now again, giving you a figurative explanation of the difference between present continuous tense and present perfect continuous tense. For example, when I am speaking, it is raining. Okay, so then it is present continuous tense. When something is happening side by side when you are mentioning it, when you are speaking it, right? But present perfect continuous tense is not sure. There we are not sure if it is happening now. It began somewhere in the past and it continued up till now. Okay, so present perfect continuous tense will be it has been raining for the last 5 hours. Maybe it is still raining. I am not sure, right? So next important thing is that there are few verbs. If you remember our session on stative verbs, on verbs and their types. So therein I discussed that one form of verbs, one type of verbs is stative verbs, where there is no external action. They indicate a state, right? Maybe a state of mind, maybe a state of feeling, some emotion, right? So these stative verbs generally do not use the ing form. So when you are confused whether to use present perfect or present perfect continuous, for these verbs we generally use present perfect tense, not the continuous form. So I have been knowing the answer will be incorrect. I will say I have known the answer, right? I have been feeling this way. No, I have felt this way. um, then maybe again one example I can take from belonging. I have been belonging here. No, I have always belonged here, right? So choose present perfect form, not the continuous form for these stative verbs, right? Now coming to the difference between present perfect and present perfect continuous, so that both the tenses are clear to you. So first difference is between their forms. Present perfect will be has, have plus the third form of the verb, the past participle form of the verb. Then present perfect continuous will be has or have plus been plus verb in the ing form. Second, their focus is different. Present perfect tense will focus on the result or the completion of an action. I have completed my task. Present perfect continuous tense will focus on the duration, the continuity of something. I have been working very hard. Okay. Time reference. So present perfect tense can be maybe if I say I have been to America twice. So maybe once I went 20 years ago, once I went 2 days ago. So time reference is unspecified here. So for present perfect continuous tense is an action which started in the past. Maybe it has just stopped or it is still continuing, right? So you have examples here. She has written 3 books. So here I am concerned with how many. Whereas in the other form, she has been writing for 2 hours every day maybe. So here I am concerned with how long. So present perfect answers how much or how many, whereas present perfect continuous will answer how long, right? So emphasis here in the present perfect is on the completion or achievement of a task, and present perfect continuous tense focuses or emphasizes the process or the activity. So the adverbs of time used with present perfect tense are already, just, yet, ever, never, first time, second time, all of these. While with present perfect continuous tense, we largely use for, since, all day, lately, and likewise. Okay, so now you have 2 paragraphs here. There are lots of verbs here. My task for you is that you underline the verbs and you identify the tense. Thank you. So that's all for today. When I met you last, I left you with a word, guffaw. I hoped you made an attempt to find out the meaning. Guffaw means to have a hearty laugh. So, for example, if a comedian leaves you in splits, you can say, the performance of the comedian left me in splits, or the audience guffawed at the performance of the comedian. So, for today again, I am leaving you with 2 words, or rather 2 forms of the same word, phenomena and phenomenon. Do find out their meanings. Thank you.